Hey, what's up, you guys? We are back with another video, and today we are going to talk about our immigration process and journey and share with you all what that looked like. So, when I got back from Cameroon back into the United States, we were trying to figure out what our next steps were. And that first next step was to see an attorney because we had no idea what we were doing.
Yes, we had no idea where we were going to start from, what we need, and how we was going to go about this.
Yes, and from my understanding, I did do a little bit of research to see just like general Google searches to see what it was going to look like. And then you guys know how Google is. There's so many answers.
So many answers.
Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then
very
everybody's
confusing
opinion
answers.
And it is very confusing. So we're like, we need a professional that knows what they're doing so we can get stuff properly done, because it has already been a long time of us just long distance relationship and dating long distance. So we're like, we rather spend some extra coin to make sure everything is aligned and everything looks right and everything goes through and it's successful.
Yeah, rather than taking it our own way
and just
end up with the rejection.
Exactly.
And we have to start back all over.
Exactly. So we weren't willing to take no chances. Like, I needed my man and I needed my man now. So.
And I think an attorney at this stage was necessary.
If you can, please save yourself to get an attorney.
Exactly.
So our first step was to file for the USCIS I-130. That's just a document to kind of pretty much register and acknowledge to the state that we are legally married.
Right.
And at the time, the attorney gave us an estimate that was going to cost $535, which it did cost $535 for us. And they gave us an estimate that was going to take about 1 to 2 years. How long did it take us for that?
The I-130 took us 9 months.
It was about 9 months.
Yes.
So it wasn't even quite a year. So
it wasn't quite a year.
Thankfully, it moved quicker than a year.
Because also, I think they gave this estimate because of the bad laws that they had, the immigration process was facing in America. So that's why they gave that estimated time. But it went really fast. Yes.
And then after that, after we got that approved, the next step was to file for, it's called a DS-260. And that form is basically just applying for him to apply for a U.S. green card, to become a green card holder. And at the time, that costed $445. And they gave us an estimate of 6 months for that to be approved. And it took us about
6 months?
It took us about about 6 months, right about 6 months for that form to be approved.
Early 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty right on track. After the DS-260 was approved, the U.S. Embassy in Cameroon then scheduled him for an interview. And they said that it was going to take about 1 to 2 months for them to call back and schedule him an interview or email. They might send an email as well.
Yeah, and they did send an email in a month.
Yeah, it was about a month for him when he got his interview date. And before his actual interview date, he had to do like a medical exam, which costed from a price range of $200 to $600 US.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on the country. I don't know why the price is different.
And in my country, it costs $200.
It costs $200.
Yes.
Okay. And then he had to also pay for his green card fee, which cost another $220.
Yeah.
And other minor fees that he had to do as well. But this is what was requested from the attorney, what they were going to for sure charge us.
Yes.
And so he had his interview date, and
we had an interview day scheduled. I had to book my medical exams and my biometric. So everything went on smoothly in that part. I was kind of nervous on the day of the medical, saying that what if they found something on my skin? What if they see that I have this disease? But everything went on smoothly. I came out clean. Then in a month, I had to go for my interview. That's I'm so grateful for our attorney and the immigration firm because they had me prepared for this.
Over prepared.
So I was really prepared. All the documents was right. Even the way the document was classified, because they don't want you to go there and your documents are just like,
Scattered, yeah.
Yeah, so the documents was well classified from the first document to the last document.
Yeah.
And every little thing. We had excess pictures.
Right. And it was in specific order. They're very specific at these
yes,
immigration
all those details.
interview dates.
They look all those details.
Yeah.
How your documents being classified and everything. So everything went well. I went the day of the interview. I was a little bit nervous. Despite being over prepared, I was a little bit nervous. But when I got there, I had to wait for like an hour. The first person that interviewed me was a lady from my country, from Cameroon. And she asked, how did I meet my wife? So my wife and I met on Instagram. And she was like, on Instagram? I said, yeah. And she said, tell me a little bit about it. So I told her a little bit about the story. I feel like she was kind of smiling and happy for me,
It's unheard of.
Yeah, it's unheard.
Or it's very rare, I should say.
Then from there, I had to sit for some couple of minutes before going to the actual person that was going to interview me for the rest of the day. So when I got there, kind of everything was already clean. Everything was already, before you even go there, you need to know before you go there, they already have your file. They have everything already. So sometimes they might ask you to present your documents if something is lacking, so they could go, go through it. But sometimes they'll just say, oh, give me this particular document. Then you take it out and show them. So on my turn, when I got there was this man, and I was in my heart, I'm like, I want to go to that man. Because he was so quick. He looks like he doesn't even want to stress. He would just call you up and say, give me this. When you give it, he said, okay, go. Your visa's been approved.
So he's moving pretty quick.
Yeah, he was quick.
So he had his eye on the person that he wanted to be interviewed by.
Yeah, and I got interviewed by him.
Yeah.
So when I got there, he asked me, when did you get married? I told him that, okay, my wife and I got married on this day. He was like, okay, give me one picture of you and your wife. I gave him a picture. So he looked at it. He was like, okay, congratulations, Mr. Charles, your visa is approved. It was a good experience for me. And
you were worried.
Yeah, I was just worried at first. Yeah, but it was a very good experience. It was quick, no time wastage, and everything was on point. So when I got back home, I called my wife down. Oh, the visa was being approved. Was rejoicing on the phone, sent a message to our attorney that the visa was approved. They gave me a little letter, and to say that come back on this day, 3 to 5 business days, your passport will be available. They have a specific address that they mail those passports to. So when you go there, you go with your receipt, and those people is going to give you your passport. It was there, I think it was DHL. Yeah, it was DHL in Yaoundé. So on the third day, I received an email from the U.S. Embassy in Cameroon saying that my passport is now available. I should go to the address provided and pick it up. Before going, make sure you have your ID. So I did just that. With my ID, present my ID, and got my passport.
And y'all, guess what? My husband was approved.
Yeah.
For a green card.
Yeah.
And we were just rejoicing, and we were just really excited, and we were really happy, and it felt like the end of the race. We were meeting the end of the race. We were meeting the finish line. Finally. This journey was so tough. This journey was so difficult. It was so lengthy for us.
Yeah, stressful.
Especially in the midst of COVID. I think if COVID wasn't around, I think it would have went faster.
Right.
But, we're not complaining. We're just grateful that we're here together and we are...
Continuing our journey.
Yeah. We're continuing our journey. So, yeah, the struggle was not easy, but we're grateful.
Yeah, and to anybody going through this, we can say if you don't have nothing doing during that wait time, you might get frustrated. You
gotta stay busy.
You gotta stay busy.
You gotta stay busy.
Yeah,
You really gotta stay busy.
I had to get busy myself. I
Right.
had to get something going. So
You guys come up with an agreement of a time that you guys want to talk every day. I do not recommend staying on the phone for hours and hours and hours because it's just like,
yeah,
it's just it just kind of teases you. At least for us, it kind of teased us just by being on the phone and just like, gosh, I wish I was just with him in person, and it's just it's
wait
a lot.
for this to be
Can't
over.
wait, and constantly like fixated on us coming together. So if you like, if we put our mind on something else and something productive and do something more productive, it makes time goes by more fast.
Yeah.
And it makes time goes more smoothly.
Yeah.
And that way you have a combination of things that you're mentally focused on, you know? So
Yeah.
please stay busy, and and also another thing, please do not look at that U.S. immigration app every day. Do not do that.
God.
Do not do that. It's going to give you a headache. It's going to give you a headache every day, and you're just going to get discouraged and impatient. So please, please, please do not do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Learn it from us. So.
That's what we were saying. We were saying that no, we're not gonna look at it.
And then we kept looking at it.
We kept looking at it.
And then we would even delete the app.
Yeah.
And was just like, and then I caught him having an app. I'm like, he'll say something, and boy, well, it says that it's been this many days. I'm like, well, how do you know that? Because we're supposed to have the app deleted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't put yourselves through that.
Yeah.
It's a headache. Just stay busy.
Just stay busy.
And stay positive.
And that's it for today. See you in the next video.
See you guys in the next video.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yes, please do. And we appreciate all the love and support